This is how I roll. Can I trust in you to take me home? This is how I roll.
Hi guys, we're going to start by priming our face with my Hard Candy Coconut Water Priming Stick. I've used this a lot. I really like this. It feels really smooth and cooling on the skin. Adds a little bit extra moisture. I'm just going to pat that in. Now we're going in with foundation. This is my Holy Grail Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Nude Ivory. Just going to use that spatula to paint this all over my face like usual. And then we're going to blend it in. I really love this foundation. It's become my holy grail. I just got it in January off the Wet n Wild website, and it has slowly become my favorite foundation. Well, not slowly, very quickly become my favorite foundation. It covers full. It's really nice on my dry patches and oily parts. So now I'm going to conceal with this Wet n Wild makeup stick in the shade Follow Your Bisque. I was really skeptical about this product, but Wet n Wild has been killing it lately. This is a thick concealer, but it's very creamy. I was afraid of it tugging on my skin when I apply, but it actually has a really nice color and a really nice texture. It doesn't cake up on my skin, and it's not oily like a lot of stick concealers are. Well, it's not super oily like a lot of stick concealers are. I'm just going to blend this in with my Real Techniques blending sponge. Now I'm going to set that concealer with this Milani Prep and Set Illuminating Powder. I got this at Walgreens. I wouldn't say this has like maximum setting powder, but it does give your skin a really nice finish. This is not the best brush to be doing this with, but it was the cleanest powder brush I have. Next, I'm going in with a Colourpop press shadow in the shade Paper Tiger and a BH Cosmetics blending brush. And I'm just going to start this eye look by... Sorry, that was my cat. Start this eye look by buffing this in the crease. This is going to be the End All Be All transition shade. This is going to be the base for our look and make sure all of our dark intense colors blend nicely. This is a pale orange shade. It's kind of a baby pukey color, but it makes dark eyeshadows blend super nice. And now I'm just going to take a fluffier blending brush. This is my Holy Grail Sigma E40, and make sure there are no harsh lines on that transition shade. Next, I'm going to go in with a small blending brush. This one is by Luxie, and another Colourpop eyeshadow. I think this is the shade... I'll link it down below. I can't remember what it's called, but this is a vivid orange shade. I'm just going to pack this on the outer V and then bring it into the crease slowly underneath the pale orange color. And then I'm going to blend that in. So I'm going to make sure you can still see the edge of the pale orange, and then just bring that bright orange right underneath and then continue to blend. Pack it on and then continue. Sorry, my cat's just climbing everywhere. So I'm just going to continue to pack on that vivid orange and blend inward. Now I'm going in with my Morphe Copper Spice palette and take this deep warm brown shade and just do the same thing that I did with the vivid orange. Just pack it on the outer V with that same small blending brush and bring it in. I've used this technique in every single video on my channel. It never fails. It always makes my eyeshadow look perfect and seamless, and it puts the dark colors where I want them, and builds the intensity that I want without making myself look like I got punched. Now it's time to cut the crease. I'm going to take this flat shader brush by BH Cosmetics and the concealer stick that we used earlier on our face, and just use this to clean up the eyelid. What I mean by that is we want our eyelid to be totally blank, so we are going to cut the crease by drawing a harsh line with that concealer underneath, like right where the crease begins. This is going to create, first of all, a winged effect. It's going to make the eye look wider and dramatic. So take your time with this. because if you bring up the concealer too far, then you just undid all that blending you did. So just draw your line as low at first and then slowly bring it up like I am right now. And then use that brush and the concealer to carve out where your wing would be for your eyeliner. Just slowly. The concealer will move the eyeshadow, so if you bring it up too far, all the blending you did goes away. So now I'm going to draw the guide for my eyeliner with this L'Oreal Infallible Paints eyeliner pen in the shade Black Party. This eyeliner pen is okay. I think the concealer was thick and creamy, so it kind of like made the eyeliner a little less pigmented than I wanted it to be, because the concealer, like, you know, kind of absorbed it. So I'm just going to draw the guide using that precise point on that eyeliner pen, and then we're going to go in with a matte eyeliner and draw over where the shape of our wing is and make it super matte and super black and super long wearing. I mostly use eyeliner pens to just draw the shape of my wing, and then I go in with an eyeliner like this. This is the Milani 18-Hour Wear Stay Put Matte Eyeliner. This is 17-Hour Wear Liquid Liner. This is super matte and super black, and I have not worn this for an entire day. I've only worn it out like for a night, and it stays put, but I haven't put it to the test for a full day yet. So, so far so good though. It's super matte and super black, and the point is really soft and precise. So I really like that about this liner. This is a fairly new product by Milani. I think it just launched in the beginning of this year maybe, or at least I just saw it in my local drugstore just recently. Now I'm going to take that same concealer and that shader brush that we used to cut the crease and sharpen up my wing. And now I'm going to apply some mascara. I think this is the Milani Lash Trifecta mascara. It's pretty good mascara. It's pretty black. I mean, I don't really have lashes, so I can't really judge mascara effects on my lashes because I feel like all mascaras make my lashes look the same. But bought an eyelash serum, so hopefully that makes some kind of a difference in the fullness of my lashes. Now I'm going to tightline, and now it's time for falsies. These are the Mink Couture lashes by Kiss in the style Midnight. Just gonna pop those on. These are beautiful lashes, and I think I only paid like $7 for them at Walgreens. Take a little breather because that was some work. And now we're going to work on our lower lash line. I'm going to go back in with that original transition shade, Paper Tiger, and just start the base on our eyes, on our lower lash line. And then I'm going to line my waterline with that same black coal, and then I'm going to go back in with more Paper Tiger and start to smudge that liner. At first, this Paper Tiger really made my liner look muddy on the lash line, but I ended up fixing it by going in with that vivid orange shade and making it a more vivid orange like I wanted it to be in the first place. That Paper Tiger was just too light for the black eyeliner, so it ended up just turning into a muddy color. But this vivid orange color really like bright and pop and smoky like I wanted it to, like a smoky orange like I wanted it. So if you ever make a mistake, you can just fix it by winging it. Like, that's the beauty of makeup. Like, a mistake can easily turn into something beautiful. And I'm just going in with a clean brush to bring that down a little more. Now I'm going to fill in my brows. This is the NYX eyebrow powder pencil, and this is in the shade Brunette, and this is my holy grail brow product now. I've only had this for like 2 weeks, and I'm in love. I can't imagine myself using another brow product ever again. It's the softness of a powder with the precision of a pencil. I love that. And now I'm just going to clean up the brows with that same concealer and a flat definer brush just to clean up any brow powder that, you know, ran away. And I'm going to contour. This is the Wet n Wild makeup stick in the shade Oaks on You. I'm just going to draw on that product where I want my contour to be. In the hollows of my cheeks, on my temples, and at the very top of my forehead near my hairline. And I'm just going to take my Real Techniques blending sponge and blend that in. This is kind of too thick of a product for my blending sponge. I should have gone in with a flat top brush first to blend, and then go in with my blending sponge, but I think I did just fine with my blending sponge. It would have taken a lot less time if I used a brush first, but you know, YOLO. It's a Saturday. I have all the time in the world, all the time to blend, because you know, blending is bae. Can live without a man, but can't live without blending. Know what I'm saying? So just blend, 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 tap, tap, tap. I do end up using a brush on my nose contour because that flat side was just too big for my itty bitty baby nose, my super flat baby nose. So I do end up going in with a tiny eyeshadow brush for my nose contour, but I do use my Real Techniques blending sponge for the rest of my face, which is fine. I have nowhere to be. Blending is bae. So blend that to your preferred blendiness. Warm up the face, structure the face, whatever you want. And now I'm going to clean up that contour with some baking. This is my NYC Smooth Skin translucent powder, and I'm just going to sweep that under my contour to mold it because I brought it down just a wee bit too far. If I used a brush, I would have had a little more control over how far my contour came down. But while that bakes, I'm going to highlight. This is the Milani Cosmetics Strobelight powder in the shade Afterglow. And I am going to go in with this powder because it swatches beautifully. And when I first put it on my skin, I was like, oh, I want that. So I'm going to put that everywhere. I want to be bright and dewy. Underneath my brow bone, above my brow, on my nose, my cheekbones, my cupid's bow, the bridge of my nose, everywhere. A little more under my brow for some extra boom. Just keep going, girl. Keep going. Keep going, girl. Keep going. More. More. And now I'm going in with my lipstick. This is the NYX Soft Matte Lipstick in the shade Broadway Lights. This is a beautiful matte lip. It's a very pale nude and it's very matte, but it's super creamy. I would compare this formula to the Colourpop's Matte X Lippy Sticks. And now I'm going to brush off that bake with a powder brush, a giant fluffy powder brush. Look how clean that looks afterwards. Like, come on. Perfect. And then we're going to check out that highlight. And then we are going to finish off that contour with a little bronzing powder. This is the Milani Baked Bronzer in the shade Dolce. And just basically like soften it up, you know, warm up the skin. And now we're going to set this with my Pixie by Petra Glow Mist Setting Spray. And there you have it. This is the finished look. If you like this warm tone cut crease, please subscribe and leave me a comment or a thumbs up or whatever you want. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.